Lipstick on my teeth, food on my teeth. What's up, everyone? I'm so excited to be here with you. I'm like trying to stay in the thing. I don't know how to
I
stay in
know,
the
me
thing.
too. I
I'm like,
realize I'm in
please
the.
stay in. I've got Kathy and Jordan here, and I'm so excited. These two rock stars, I got to meet in person at a mastermind back, what was it, 2016? 2017?
I
No,
think it was 17. Yeah.
2017. And I fell in love with their story, and I fell in love with just how they work together, because it really just inspires me. Just the mom and daughter duo. I'm like, oh, that could be me and Anaya one day. I don't think so, but she swears she's not going to be a network marketer, but I told her she has no choice, right? So I'm so excited for both of you to be here. You're a mother-daughter team, co-founders of the Global Freedom Community, where you help driven network marketers with the simple strategies to grow business quickly online. Here's what I know. Okay, there's a bio, but then there's what I know. Watching what you two have done for this industry has just been so inspirational. And that's why I asked you both to be here and just speak to the healer community. So thank you for being here. I'm going to remove myself, and yeah, we're going to go from there.
Awesome. All right. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Marina. We are so honored to be here. When Marina asked us if we would speak at this incredible event, we couldn't say yes fast enough. We look up to you so much. In fact, I remember sitting on the side of the room at that mastermind and like grabbing my mom, and I was like, Mom, that's Marina Simone sitting over there. I was like, we have to go introduce ourselves. And I'm so glad we did. And we've just loved getting to know you. And we're so honored to be here. So what's up, healers? We are excited to be here. We've got some awesome stuff for you guys today. We're going to talk really, really fast. Because that's just kind of how we like to do things. We're going to throw a lot of stuff at you, but no worries. We've got a full workbook for you guys to download. I think Mom has it printed off. She can show it to you guys. But it's a full workbook, which Marina will give you access to. So if you're not able to get all the notes down, no worries. We've got it fully recapped for you in that workbook. So if you struggle with time management, drop a yes in the comments. But know that by the time we're done here today, we're going to take care of all of that for you. So I'm going to let Mom start by sharing her story, and then we're going to jump in. Okay.
So excited to be here. Thank you. Thank you. So yes, my name is Kathy Schneider. I'm the mom. Okay. I live in Lubbock, Texas with my husband. We've been married 35 years, a little over actually. We've got 3 children. Jordan, of course, is our oldest, the one that's here with me today. Our son, Clayton, is 23, and then Paige is our youngest, and she is 20. You know, back prior to network marketing, just a little about my story so you can understand. I taught school. This was up until the time that we had Jordan. Any teachers out there? Do we have any other teachers? So, you know, I didn't want to put her in daycare. So, you know, what do you do? Well, my husband quit the family farm. I quit teaching. And we opened a furniture store. I mean, isn't that what everybody does if they decide they don't want to put their kids in daycare, right? So I mean, we were so determined that we were going to be a family and all work together. So we just took her to work with us every day, which worked out great till we had Clayton 10 years later. And we knew we couldn't take a little boy to the furniture store too, right? That just wouldn't have been the same. So even though I enjoyed teaching, I loved it and loved our store. Honestly, neither provided the 2 things that I wanted most for our family. And that was time freedom, and then, of course, a really good income, okay? So I started with my first direct sales network marketing company in 1998, and I had an 11-year-old and a 1-year-old. And guess I was looking for money, but what I also needed was flexibility. And that was for our family's crazy schedule. Anyone else have a crazy schedule? I'm sure you can relate to that. And so being organized and making what time that I had productive, that has been a necessity for me from the very beginning, okay? And that's why we're so excited about this training today. So unlike most, I actually went online looking for a company to join because this was long before social media, okay? So I found my first company, never looked back. Now, that's not to say that I had immediate success. That would be a lie. But I am proud to say that I was coachable, okay? I was determined, even though it took starting over more than once. I wish that wouldn't have happened, but it's just how it was. I never quit, okay? So again, I want to stress that. Don't quit no matter what, okay? I've been a student of the industry from day one, always hungry to learn, always ready to implement and to share what I've learned with others. And from the beginning, this is a big tip, from the beginning, I have treated my business like a business. It's never been a hobby for me, not even way back when it was costing me more than what it was earning for me, okay? I still treated it like a business. My desire to be at home with my kids, that's always been my why from day one, okay? In fact, one of my pet peeves is when moms use their kids as their excuse for not working their business. Now, I say that lovingly, okay? Not trying to be mean about it, because today what we're going to share with you is going to help. So if that's you, I want you to know that's okay, but we're going to help you make sure that your kids are your why and not your excuse. You know, this industry has provided so much opportunity. And it's just been amazing. All the people we've met, all the trips we've been able to take, the lifestyle it's provided, it's just amazing. So I want you to stick with it no matter what. I'm going to turn it over to Jordan, let her share her story, and we're going to dive into this training.
Absolutely. So my name is Jordan Maylea. I got started in network marketing in 2005 as a senior in high school because I wanted to grow up and still be able to play with my horses. And if you have horses or you know someone who has horses, you know why. They are very expensive. They are very time consuming. And I could not, for the life of me, find a career that would give me both the time and the money to play with my horses the way I wanted to. It's a very weird why. I get it. That was my why when I got started. And I had watched my mom triple her prior teaching income working from home about 10 hours a week while raising my brother and sister. And I was like, okay, this is my thing. And I was so bad at it, you guys. I was so shy, so quiet, terrified to talk to anybody that I didn't know, but more terrified to talk to anybody that I actually did know. And I might as well have joined the Secret Service because I didn't want anybody to know that I was in my business. I was so embarrassed. I was still in high school. And but I became a student of personal and professional development. I followed the system. I followed my mom's coaching. I followed the coaching of other people who were doing a lot better than I was. And within 3 years, I went on to become the youngest person in the company to hold a leadership position. It took me a while to find success, but once I did, I was able to really just go for it and have had the most incredible career because of that. So this is my husband, Chris, who is just like the best person in the world. And I don't know, this is just a few of the fun things we like to do. Me and my horses, we love to travel. All the freedom that network marketing gives us is really, that's why I got started, right? And horses are still a very big part of my life. But also it has grown into so much more than that, and the impact that we're able to make and helping others create freedom as well. So we love Jim Rohn, and we love this quote from Jim Rohn. He says, if you'll devote 7 to 10 hours a week to your business, then you can say I'm working full-time on my job and part-time on my fortune. But it won't be long before I'm working full-time on my fortune. Can you imagine what life will be like? And that was how I was when I got started. I was a full-time student. Had a full-time job in my first and only year of college, because I dropped out of college to build my network marketing business, and which turned out to be a good decision. And so just imagine what your life will look like when you're able to work full-time, which is actually still just part-time, on your fortune. So what we're going to cover today, how to find the 7 to 10 hours a week you need to work on your fortune, the truth about time management, the magic of time blocking. We're going to give some tips for moms to make that IPA, that income producing activity session, happen every single week. And we're going to leave you with our ideal week workbook, which is going to give you a full recap plus some exercises to take action today. So Mom, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Yeah, so we all have the same 24 hours in a day, right? Everyone agree with that? Yes, absolutely. So let's talk about the truth about time management. Okay, this is something that I think when this was shared with me, fortunately, when I first got started in the industry, and I think this is so. Once you really understand the numbers, this helps so much. We all have the same amount of time. That's 168 hours in a week. You get 56 hours sleeping if you're lucky. Some of us may not get that much, but let's just say that you get 56 hours sleeping. And let's say that you work a full-time job. There's 40 hours, at your day job, right? That still leaves 72 hours, over 10 hours a day, for your other obligations. Isn't that crazy? When you look at it like that, it's like eye-opening, okay? It makes you realize you've got the time. You've just got to make sure you're using it in the best way. It's not about how much time you have. It's what you do with the time that you have, right? Anyone can agree with that? And remember, like Jordan stressed, you're looking for 7 to 10 hours a week to work your business, okay?
All right, so we're going to talk about time blocks, all right? You're looking for these 7 to 10 hours a week. And the way that you find these 7 to 10 hours a week are through time blocks, all right? Because I don't know about you, but sometimes I look at those numbers my mom shared and I'm like, holy moly, how the heck do I have 10 extra hours every day? I don't know where those go, right? Like, I don't think I have 10 extra hours. And if you're looking at that and thinking that as well, then we're going to help you really narrow this down with time blocks. All right. So time blocking is essentially just using a calendar to determine when you will work your business and when you won't. Okay. If you suffer from mom guilt, if you ever worry like, oh my gosh, my husband thinks I'm crazy, the kids think I'm nuts, I work my business way too much, I'm always on my phone, they hate it, we're going to help you put a stop to that, okay? Time blocks give you permission to work your business, and they give you permission to walk away from your business. One of the things my mom and I say all the time, we are not brain surgeons. There is no such thing, despite what your team may try to tell you or your prospects may try to tell you, there is no such thing as a network marketing emergency, okay? No one is going to die because you don't answer their message in 30 seconds, okay? Time blocks are what allow you to be present in your business and be present in your life, okay? And they're what are going to allow you to gain traction and momentum in your business without suffering from distraction, without getting overwhelmed, without the mom guilt, okay? And I don't have kids yet, but I do know, like for our team and our clients, how big the mom guilt is, right? How much you're just like, you feel guilty when you're working your business because you feel like you're neglecting the kids. And then you feel guilty when you're not working your business because you feel like you're neglecting your business. The answer to all of that is time blocks. So how to time block in 3 easy steps. Okay, you're going to start with a blank calendar. Guess what? We gave you one in your workbook. And so you're going to start with the blank calendar and you're going to decide, first things first, when will you never work your business? Maybe you will never work your business while you're at your job because you would get fired. That's a pretty good reason not to work, right? Maybe you're not ever going to work your business during family dinner or during date night. Maybe you're never going to work your business while you're helping your kids get ready for school. Maybe you're never going to work your business while you're at the gym. Maybe you're never going to work your business before a certain time or after a certain time every single day. It's up to you. No one gets to set these rules but you, okay? But you get to decide before you decide anything else, when will you never, ever work your business, okay? Then, this is just as important. When will you always work your business, okay? Remember, you're looking for 7 to 10 hours a week, okay? Has quarantine thrown anybody off their routine, thrown anybody off their schedule? My husband has been working from home since spring break, you guys. It totally threw me off. I've been working from home by myself since 2008. And I was like, oh my gosh, now there's this other human in my house. How the heck am I supposed to work, right? So guess what? Since quarantine came around, I get up every morning at 5:30. Why? Because that gives me time to work my business early in the morning when it's quiet, when I'm distraction free. And then I get to quit early and we get to go play. We get to take the dogs to the park. We get to do more fun stuff, right? But you have to decide, when will you always work your business? What are you going to give up? For me, I was willing to give up that extra hour of sleep in the morning. What will you reprioritize? Maybe you're going to have to let go of 1 or 2 of those Netflix shows. Maybe you're going to have to let go of that aimless scrolling you do on social media. If you struggle with time management, one of the best things you can do if you have an iPhone is turn on that screen time notification where it notifies you every week how much time you're spending on your phone, and then really evaluate, is it worth all that wasted time? Put the phone down, right? We waste so much time. So when will you always work your business? And then when will you sometimes work your business? So you have these 7 to 10 hours a week that are your income producing activity sessions. And we're not going to talk to you about what to do during that time, because there's other people during this incredible event who are going to tell you what to do during your income producing activity sessions. But then maybe you've got to answer messages. Maybe you want to write a social media post. Maybe you want to do something different. When will you sometimes work your business? Maybe you're in the carpool line and you've got 5 minutes before your kid comes out. Maybe your kids are at practice or dance class and you can sit down and answer some messages. Maybe your husband loves to watch sports or NASCAR or something on Sundays, and you've got a couple hours where you can sit down and create your posts for the week, right? Whatever that is, when will you sometimes work your business? So these are what need to go on that blank calendar that's in your workbook. And if you're sitting here going, all right, cool, but my kids won't give me an hour of quiet time, right? There's no way I can have a whole hour of focused time. Mom's going to show you how to get that done.
Yeah, you know, guys, when I started with my business, like I shared earlier, my kids were little, okay? I really wish I would have pulled up the photo and added it to these slides. Back when my kids were little, my office was right in the middle of their playroom. I mean, that was the only place in the house. So it was just right there. And so I just had to figure out, what am I going to do so that I can get an hour quiet time? Obviously, when they used to take naps, okay, I use that time, right? But what about when the kids stop taking naps? They get to that age where they're not. Or I've heard mom say, my kid won't nap. Okay, well, then they can have quiet time. From the beginning, even when Jordan was little, she remembers this so well, we had quiet time every single day, okay? And they knew that this was the time that mom was going to work. And I definitely had to, it was one of those things you work at getting them to understand it. It's not going to happen the very first time you try it, okay? But what I want you to do, and we've got this workbook for you, okay, that's going to walk you through all this, but I want you to create a quiet time bucket, okay? And the things that go into this bucket, I just threw some old-timey stuff in here, but you know why? Because these are the kind of things kids don't normally do right now, and so they enjoy it because it's different, okay? So I want you to find some things that go in that bucket that they only get to do during quiet time. They don't get to do these things during the rest of the time. They do this while mom's working, okay? And also, tips for helping moms with the IPA session is, once you've created that bucket, I want you to create a sign. Well, I want you to have a timer first, okay? I want you to get a timer. Here's the one I use, okay? And we've linked to this inside the workbook. And I want you to get one of those for each of the kids' rooms, put it up where they can't reach it, especially if you have a little boy like mine was that wanted to mess with the timer, okay? So I want you to do that. And then I want you to create a sign. My first sign, I actually cut the bottom out of a shoebox, printed off a sheet of paper, printed on it that said "Dream in Progress," glued it on there with one of the kids' glue sticks. And they knew when mom's sign was propped up, that meant I was working on our dream, okay? And I know that seems silly, but it's true. This is a sign I still use today, even with my 20 and 23-year-old that still live at home. They walk by, they see the sign on mom's door. It's on there right now while we're doing this, because they know, don't bother mom, she's working, okay? So you want to create a sign, and that's going to be part of it. Okay, you can buy it or you can make your own. And then make an agreement with your kids. Tell them why you need that hour to work. They don't know, okay? Explain to them why that they need that hour. Ask them to do their part. Ask them for their help. Kids want to help if you involve them. And then share a long-term family goal that they can take part in. But I also want you to also do something a little more immediate, because they're kids, okay? And even us as adults, we like immediate rewards, right? But our kids especially need that, because they don't understand, hey, in 6 months, 8 months, a year, we're going to do this, or we're going to do that, or 5 years from now, we're going to do this. They don't understand that. But do something, say, hey, if you give me my hour, then we're going to go for a walk, or we're going to go for a swim, or we're going to go play in the water sprinkler, or we're going to make snow cones, or whatever it is. We're going to sit down and play Candyland. It doesn't matter. Come up with something that you're going to do with your kids if they give you that hour, and stick with it, okay? Make the agreement and stick with it. So anyway, bringing it all together, you deserve to set aside time to work on your fortune, okay? You deserve it. We all have the same 168 hours in a week. You're looking for 7 to 10. Time blocking is going to give you permission to work, but more importantly, it also is going to give you permission not to work. You decide the never, the always, the sometimes. Involve your kids in your time blocking, and do that with fun activities and with rewards.
All right, so healers, take action. I know Marina is real big on taking action, so we want to leave you with an action activity today, and that is start by downloading the Ideal Week workbook that we gave you guys. It will give you a full recap of all the slides, as well as the space to create your ideal week, to decide on your always, your never, your sometimes, as well as for those of you who are moms, it will give you some lines to work out what your little quiet time bucket is going to look like, maybe some reward ideas for your kids, and it's going to help you assemble those pieces so that you can work your plan. Okay, so you're getting the plan this week. During these 3 days, you are getting the plan. You have 30 of the best network marketers on the planet who are here giving you the plan. And this little piece is going to help you work your plan. So take action, download the workbook, design your ideal week, and then stick with it. Thank you so much, Marina, for letting us share today. We appreciate you so much. We are so honored to be here. Thank you, healers, for hanging out with us today. It was a true pleasure to get to hang out with you guys. We'll come back through the comments after this and make sure that we answer any questions that you have or anything like that. And we would love to connect with you. So thank you so much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the event.
You guys were absolutely incredible. I just know this was super powerful. And the bucket thing, like all of a sudden it was like mind blowing, mind blowing, mind blowing when you started talking about the bucket. So that is so impactful. I'm grateful for both of you. And I can't wait to hopefully have you guys in person at the next event.
Yes,
so I'm really excited about that. So thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you both. All right, guys, here we grow. We are going to move on to the next session. And I'm really excited about it because the next session, I'm going to be interviewing someone who I really look up to. She's an inspiration to me. And first of all, she's drop dead gorgeous. Like, I just can't even. She's drop dead gorgeous. She's a mom. Denny's she's not next. Oh, I lied. Denny's not next. Oh, it's Jennifer. Well, let me tell you about this speaker, okay? Jennifer Surfer. This is what happens when you don't pay attention to the schedule, Marina. Whatever. So Denny's after her, right? Okay. Well, let me tell you about Jennifer. Jennifer is a mom. She's a stay-at-home mom of 2. She's a wife, and let me let her tell her story. Here's what I want you to know about her, okay? You need to be on because she's so real. You're going to fall in love with her, and I can't wait for you to hear her story. So I'm going to jump off, and we're going to jump on the next session.